Leviticus 14, this is talking about a leprous house. The person who goes into the house that's been shut up shall be unclean until the evening. But if a person goes into that house and eats in it, or if he goes into that house and lies down in it, then he shall be unclean and shall wash his clothes. So there was to be a greater culpability if the person, consciously knowing that this is an unclean house, chooses to sit there and eat there or lie down and sleep there. Whereas if you have to go into the house to get something out of it, and you're in and you're out, well, you're still unclean, but not needing to wash your clothes. So there were degrees of uncleanness. I think that's the point, just as there are and were degrees of sin. Well, I think what you learn from this is that we should have minimal contact with the unclean. Minimal contact with the unclean. Perhaps the man did need to go into the shut-up house because he'd left his axe there or his cooking utensils there, and he needed to go in and get them and get out. He was still unclean. But the idea was that it was inculcated within them not to have maximal contact with the unclean, to like, yeah, I'll sleep here the night, I'll eat a meal here in this shut-up house, but rather to have minimal contact with the unclean. We live in an unclean world, and you cannot but, I'm afraid, have some amount of contact with it. Your children may be told you've got to watch such and such movie and write a review of it or something like that. Well, you sit with the child and watch the movie and you say, look, this is not good, what is on this movie, but, well, that's what we have to do. Yeah, the principle arises then, have minimal contact with the unclean. And why would you want to be like that? Because you want to be clean, because you want to be holy. Now, God's Spirit is working to sanctify us, to make us holy. We love Him. We are sinners, but we love the Lord Jesus, and we love all that we have seen and known of Him, and we aspire to be like Him. And He is working through His Spirit in our spirit to make us like Him. Now, if that's the trajectory of your life, you will naturally, anyway, do what the law tries to inculcate here. That is, to have minimal contact with the unclean.